almost lost my mind. When my baby left me, I almost lost my mind. My head's been in a spin since she said goodbye. Well, I still can't taste the salt of my endless tears. Well, I still can't taste the salt of my many tears. My life is in turmoil, I can't find no peace. Well, you know, I went to see the gypsy to have my fortune read. Well, I went to see the gypsy to have my fortune read. My heart struck sorrow when I heard what she said. My future ain't too bright. Well, I can tell you people, my future ain't too bright. My baby's gone for good, got nobody by my side. So this is the lesson for When My Baby Left Me. And keen observers might have noticed that, well, this is the melody of another song. It's a lot like this. In a wee midnight hour, long for the break of day. In a wee midnight hour, long for the break of day. When the blues creep upon you and carry your mind away, and so on. So it's in fact, well, Midnight Hour Blues by Leroy Carr, but in disguise. Other lyrics and a bit of, well, change in the arrangement. So we're in standard tuning, that on the side. So you can use that those lyrics as well, if When My Baby Left Me is a bit too harsh for you. So we're in standard tuning, and this is on my E's. And let's start with the introduction, which is played very freely. A A6 chord and I use my pinky here. Of course you can bar it as well, but I do the slide with the third finger, and if you use the cowboy form chords of the A chord, third finger, index in the middle, and then the third finger on the fourth strings, you have that finger already in place to do the slides. And then we have a long hammer on, and then our rhythm starts. And I guess that's the most difficult part of this song. There are many bass notes on the second part of the beat, and that makes it kind of difficult. And I will play at the end of this lesson the introduction just for the fun of it with a metronome. That might be a help to practice this. And you notice I tapped on the first part of the beat. This might help you too. Here also, in the second bar. And notice I'm using now the A7 chord, but normally you would grab this like this, I think. But I'm using the index and the middle finger because it's easy. The second finger is already in place to slide up in the second bar. And then we slide to A chord. Quick hammer on. And I noticed that in the fourth measure, that triplet in the second beat, that is the hardest part of this song, to get that bass there. But you keep in mind that it's like that. So, and here in the fifth bar, playing the open fourth string, and I'm sliding up with my third finger, and I'm starting at the fifth fret, because I want that slide to be long. You could do, of course, start with the sixth fret as well. Slide down, and I'm using my pinky to get that rather weird shaped D7. It's D7, but with your pinky or your third finger, as you wish, on the fourth string, fourth fret. Little slide into the chord, and then I keep my finger, my little finger on the fourth string, and I slide it up. I don't pick it, and then I play the open string. So that fifth bar, and we repeat, and then we slide up on my third finger, 11, 10, 8th fret, A minor 6 chord. And notice then it was sliding into that D chord again, and I keep that last beat, the first note, the A here on the third string, very short. Again with that in the second beat, that bass on the last part of the beat. And then we have, and it's stepped out like this. So I use my two fingers to cover the 7th fret of the second and the third string, and then first two fingers slide into that A chord, and then I'm placing my two fingers here, and I'm playing that 2 fingers held together, so middle for the second string and the index for the first string. Same fingers play that A chord, and then index, thumb, and open index. But in the performance I used a triplet, well, a small triplet inside of that beat. So I slide into the A chord, and then I play with my middle, the third string with the middle, index, fourth string, and the thumb, the fifth string. So it's a roll. And the index open, fourth string. But try to get it right the first, well, as it is tapped out. Like this, it's the easiest. And there's very little difference. And I hang just a tiny bit on that A chord, and then it's a little bit faster there. And then we bend the fifth string. I use my 2 fingers to do that bend. It's easier. Walking into the E chord. Here again, the 9 bar. Sorry. Index, sorry, middle finger and pinky do that because I have to go to the 2nd fret, 5th string, and then I'm doing a wrap for that E7 chord. Of course you can finger that like this too. Always do, when it comes to fingering, what is the most easiest for you. My habits may be different than yours, and also my fingers. So don't hesitate to use other fingerings. Only if you make the same mistake again, if you, well, get stuck at a certain point, then you have to re-examine left or right hand where the mistake can be. So we were at the 9 bar. And in the bass is if you have that in your mind, then it's easier to play. So we have open 5th string, 4th string, and 1st fret, 1st string, 5th fret, and then I'm using my 2 fingers to do that bend really controlled. It's always best to use more than 1 finger if it's available and possible to do a bend. You have more control over the bend. Since this is a slow song and every beat is a triplet, so to speak, and you could consider that long, short, long, short, long, short. So you have plenty of time to do that bend and do it slowly and controlled. And then we have an interesting turnaround in the 11th measure. So, A's on the 5th string and the 1st string. 2nd finger on the 4th string, open, and then this is going to be the hardest part, also a hard part, to slide that pinky, or you can use your 3rd finger, but I use the pinky here. Then put your 2nd finger on the 6th fret, keep the bar, and so you have in the bass, nice ascending running. This is B7 shaped chord. going from the 8th fret to the 7th fret. Rest one beat and then we start with the vocals. Alright, I'm gonna play the introduction one more time as slow as possible. Okay, so let's start with the first verse with vocals. When my baby left me. So we start simple with a, you can use a bar of course too, an A chord. Strum down, and use my nails to do that. And if second string rings, no problem. So E now. It's well, D-shaped, partial D-shaped with your 4th fret, 4th string covered. A chord and open. And then we have that typical turnaround, well, not a turnaround, fill, which is used the whole song. And you can do little variations here. So, going down and later we're going to do C. You can do it upwards. And then D7 chord, your C7 shape moved up. And so we have that strum and then sliding to the 4th fret, 4th string. And then I'm playing this, well, this beat with my 2 index and middle fingers. So it's not a temp. You could use a temp of course, but I don't do it. And here, that, well, 18th and 19th bar, you will see those are exchangeable with others. As long as you play a D chord here, but later we were going to see you're going to play it like this, which is the 19th bar variation. So, and those are interchangeable, so you can fool around with that. So we were at the 17th bar. This is kind of, well, weird chord, G sharp minor 5th add 2, if you want to know the full name. It's sort of E chord also. I consider it as an E chord because, well, it has partial E chord here. That's also E, and it would be the same as this, I guess, but when the bass. Okay, if that's too difficult, that chords, then you have other possibilities which we will see later, but like this also. Some minor chords. Sorry. Also use that. Don't play the open 5th string. Clashes. And then we have our, which we will use in all the song, but this time we're going to let that bend ring over 2 beats. In the introduction it was only 1 beat. no problem if you use 2 beats in the introduction, so the whole thing is at 1 beat long. There's no harm in that if you're playing alone. So then to our E chords, D, and our turnaround with a slight variation now. So, and there we have that. If you're not able to do that slide with your pinky, then you simply keep it on the 8th fret and play the note without the slides. Alright, I'll play it one more time slowly with vocals so you can hear where the words are. And well, the words, well, they shift a little bit. Everybody sings differently, of course. And that might be a little bit different than what I wrote in the tab, but it's pretty close. So we have 1 beat rest. When my baby left me, almost lost my mind. When my baby left me, almost lost my mind. My little spin said she said goodbye. Notice in the first couple bars, I played those bass notes well with a rest stroke. So I hit it and I rest my finger on the 5th string, and that way you can have a little bit more power in that note. Same here. Okay, then we have the second verse. Well, it's pretty much like the first verse, but we have a couple of variations. So that's a 25th bar in the tab. Sorry. Sorry. So what is different? It's a 29 bar, and I'll do it with vocals and then it will become clear. So we have, oh, well, I can still taste the salt of my many tears. Well, that's different. And you notice I'm in the tab. I only wrote this chord, but in the performance video I used the full chord, which is a D9 chord. And of course you can use, it's a B7 position, moved up and added, and the pinky is added to the 5th fret. That's how it is tapped at. So you can play it like that, or and we're sliding to the 9th fret and barring at the 7th and the 5th fret. pretty much the same as in the other verse. And here we have something different. I'm keeping all those notes short. So we had in the 34th bar, I can't find no peace. So that's it for the third verse. And then we go into a variation when I went to see the gypsy. I will play it slowly now. Starting with the turnaround. 34th bar. And I'm muting those notes with my right hand. Well, I went to see the gypsy. Have my fortune read. Well, I went to see the gypsy. Fortune read. My heart struck sorrow when I heard what she said. So we're starting at well, I went. Simple boogie figure. One beat rest. I snap my fingers for effect. a little bit of shtick there. And you can tap or just do nothing. And then again. And then we have a hammer on, pull off, slide back, hammer on. And I hit only with the right hand, and I do it with a thumb that gives you more power. And you can rest there for one beat. Not in the tap really, but I did it also for effect. So when I went to see the gypsy, you notice that I'm singing while I'm not playing also. To see the is in, well, sung during that rest. Well, I went to see the gypsy. That we've seen before. And here we have that D9 chord as well. And I'm strumming that down with a little bit with my fingers preceding the thumb. In one movement. Then we have a variation on that, but here we do. So that's D chord, E7. That's your E7 chord, but with the index on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then that minor variation here. 2, 3, 4, 4 with the pinky, sorry. Don't play the strings in between. And our signature lick there. And here you see you can use this chord in that bar as well. And also that's interchangeable with the other verses. If you prefer this version for every verse, no problem, of course. And the turnaround is also a little bit different here. Using index and 3rd finger to get that 2nd beat of the 47th measure. Sorry. And And then we already go to the 8th fret. Normally we did that beat later. So we have that A chord, and I'm playing that pinch here, 2 fingers in the temp, then the temp, and then 2 fingers upstroke. And also with 2 fingers here when I do that pinch. And a strum down and a mute, and then bend on the 5th fret, 3rd string, and I use 3 fingers to do that bend. Otherwise with 1 finger becomes, well, really hard work. So let it ring into the next beat. Same as introduction, but instead of going, we're gonna and bend that up to imitate almost this position. Also, you know, I'm using to do that A chords, partial A chords. Normally you would do that with these fingers, 1st and 2nd, index and middle, but I use it the 2nd and the 3rd, so I can use this finger to do the bend as well. Because both strings have to be bent at the same time, and as much each has the same amount, because if you bend the 2nd finger too hard, you're gonna touch the 3rd string, and then you will kill the sound. So from the start, and notice I'm bending down, because if I'm bending up, I'm liable to hit that open A string in the 49th measure. So you see, because as the bend, you have to do that bend so hard that almost going full bend, full tone up. That's what makes it cool here. One more time that section. And it might be helpful to get in the beat. To use your finger or whatever. Well, to play that beat that isn't there, and so you can move over to the 2nd part. Notice here, I mute with my picking fingers resting on the string that I picked, so I kill the sound. And then we have a variation of our, well, one of the signature licks. We're going to add bass, an ascending bass. So we're doing that. And before that, I think I use these fingers, so the 1st index and middle, and then 2nd and the 3rd finger, well, middle and ring finger. But now, since we have to play some bass notes, I'm going to use the 3rd and 2nd finger to go to that partial A chord. And then you can simply bar the 2nd fret to get that bass note. And move over, leave the other strings open on the 2nd fret, and move the 2nd finger to the 3rd fret, and then slide it to the 4th fret to play that last beat of the 52nd measure. So one more time. open, 4th string, and I'm releasing that 1st string, so I don't want to ring in the next beat. I think I did it like that in the performance video. Use more than one finger for a bend, but it's a bit, well, unusual maybe. Using your 2nd and the 3rd finger for that bend. Slide into that D chord. And by the way, I'm sliding down, but I don't pick it. So the 53rd measure. And you see this note is very short the last time. And then a slide. Makes sense when you can tie it all together. Let's play that 50, the whole line, starting with the 52nd bar. You see? One more time. You learn it easier when you have it in your mind, when you know by heart what's in the tab. If you still have to keep looking, you're going to miss, well, the right moment to play certain notes, because they're not really on the beat sometimes. Notice the 2 fingers, 1 for each string. Then we have that in the 55th bar. We've seen that before, and I think maybe I played that 2nd fret, 5th string is also possible, of course, here. And not, but a variation, which of course you can use if you don't manage that one. You can use this one throughout the song. It's an A minor chord. So I'm grabbing the chord, and now I'm grabbing the chord. Pull off. So I mute that. So after that, and I use all my fingers to do all those pull-offs, you could use a slide as well, I guess. And those open 2nd strings in the 57 bar. Sometimes I play, sometimes I don't. I don't play the 1st one, but I did play the 2nd one. And this is the turnaround that is used in Mississippi Blues by Willie Brown. What does it go? This song. And in the tab we do a simple turnaround, but in the performance video I played like this. with the Mississippi Blues turnaround and try to put some, how should I say, accenting. You can fool around with that. And then I didn't do the simple turnaround, but I used the Mississippi Blues turnaround as well. Well, the following part. So we have in the bass, 4th string, 4th fret. You know the rap, the 2nd fret, 6th string takes over with the tap. 2nd finger plays the 3rd string, sorry, the 2nd string, 3rd fret. 3rd finger goes to the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Sorry, the 4th string, 3rd fret, from the top. So, 4th string, 3rd fret. And then it's a partial F chords. So if you have trouble with this, you can find tab for Mississippi Blues, I think, easily on the net. And it is an interesting song to learn, so it's in some Stefan Grossman lesson for sure. So we're done with that verse, and no, sorry, with the solo. I'll play it one more time slowly. So started from the 47th bar. A variation, I don't know if I played it in the performance video, where you can play, like in the introduction, that partial E7 chord and with the temp rap. It's nice also going down. And then we have the last verse, and I'm not sure what I used elements of all the previous verses, so I didn't write that out at full, only the first couple bars. So we had well, I still can, no, well, I can tell you ain't too bright. So that's the only difference, that walking instead of just a little variations here. And then we have the end tag. My baby left for good, got nobody by my side. Here comes. So we're slowing a bit down at the end of the turnaround. And we hit twice. I think I hit it 3 times, but it doesn't matter really here. And can either grab the difficult part. I didn't do it because it wasn't me too much pain. It's a regular A chord moved up one fret on the 6th fret. It's like a E7. Only the 3rd string and 5th string are fretted and then moved up and barred. And if you can manage your pinky, play the first 2 strings. Sounds like this. But I did it partially, I did it like this. I played the same notes, but I didn't fret the 6th string and the 4th string. So. And then I added the thumb wrap for the 5th fret, the 6th string. So, that's it. Oh yeah, I'll do that with metronome. I'll have to grab it now. So I have the metronome at 60, and I'll play the, well, only the introduction, of course. So that's it for this rather long lesson. Have fun with it.